So people frequently ask me how I finance my deals. And in today's video, I'd like to go over a couple of the ways that I buy properties and get them financed when I'm under 18. So let's start with one of the most basic, and that's private lending or owner financing. So private lending is where I buy a house and somebody else, not necessarily a bank, but just a regular private individual, they loan money to me to buy the house. And then that house brings in money and I pay the lender back with interest, meaning they make a profit and get their money back. I can make a profit from the house and everybody's happy. You might ask, why would the lender do this and not just buy the house himself? Well, one of the main reasons is they don't want to take the risk. They just want to loan the money out and get a higher interest rate than they would in the bank, but they don't want to take all the risk of owning a house. They don't want to deal with the roof when it goes bad or anything like that. There's also owner financing, which is very similar to private lending, but instead of having a separate lender, the lender is also the seller. So, the same person that's selling me the house, instead of taking a big chunk of cash at the beginning, which they'd have to pay a lot of taxes on, they instead get that over however many years it is. And frequently, these loans are 10, 15, or 20 years. But you can pretty much set it up however you and the lender agrees upon. So that's pretty much the simplest ways. Now, a more creative way is to do what's called subject to, where one person sells this house to another, and this new owner has a loan and owns the property. But for whatever reason, they want to sell the property. But for example, maybe they bought the property in 2007 or 8, and so the property value and the mortgage is still very similar, even though they've been paying on it for years. So what they can do is, instead of just selling it to me and trying to get enough to pay off the loan, they give me the property and I just start paying on the loan. Meaning, I'm still paying as if the loan was now in my name, but the loan still stays in the other person's name. This is very good for me because as a 16-year-old, I don't have a credit score. I can't get a bank loan. So, getting a loan this way, where the loan is technically still in the seller's, or in the old owner's name, but I am paying the mortgage payments to it, or for it, and the house comes to me. That means the new seller gets out of the property, and they don't want to deal with it anymore. That can come to me, and I want the property because maybe cash flows or whatever else. So I get the property, they don't have the hassle, and I don't have to try and find another private lender. I just take this over, and it works out great for both of us. It's a win-win, which is how you should structure all your deals. So, thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.